We continue with Asian Forum Asia. Yes.
Mr. President, we draw the Council's attention to human rights situation in a number of Asian countries. We are concerned by the lack of justice and accountability for thousands of deaths in the Philippine government's war on drugs and threats to human rights defenders and executive interference in independent institutions. In July, the President stated that the anti-drug campaign would be as relentless and chilling as the day it began. We call on the Council to establish an investigation into deaths and mandate the High Commissioner to monitor and report on the government's descent towards authoritarianism. Maldives will hold the presidential election on 23 September. We call on authorities to ensure a conducive environment for free and fair elections. A credible elections cannot be held without the full restoration of democratic space and fundamental freedoms, including freedoms of expression and assembly, media reforms, and the independence of the Election Commission, the judiciary, and other institutions. We call on the Council to closely monitor the conduct of the elections and respond swiftly and appropriately should credible evidence of electoral fraud and irregularities emerge in the immediate aftermath of election. We welcome the pledges by the new government of Malaysia to address long-standing human rights concerns in the country. However, we are concerned by the Senate's rejection of a bill to repeal the Anti-Fake News Act. The government must show meaningful commitment to human rights reforms by expediting repeal or review of restrictive legislation, including the Sedition Act, in line with international human rights standards. Finally, in India, recent arbitrary arrests of several high-profile HRDs adds to the growing concern over erosion of a democratic and civil space. We call on the Indian government to end targeted harassment and attacks against human rights defenders and civil society organizations. Thank you.
Thank you.